Hey, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. I've got a little impromptu one for you today. Because of the challenge that we're doing, the JJ 3 under 30, I'm not filming on a Monday. My normal schedule is Monday, but because of the challenge, I'm not filming on a Monday. Margaret's filming tonight. But this isn't JJ 3 under 30. This is an impromptu, been experimenting and investigating and hopefully coming up with some really cool solutions to something that so we all know. I found the Crayola black craft core cardstock, and a lot of you pointed out, and I did a lot of research as well trying to find it for you, and I couldn't. I'm sorry. By the way, for the few questions of people that are asking, the cardstock that I got is not construction paper in the US. Construction paper is what we call in the UK sugar paper. It's really thin, like a recycled paper. This is cardstock, but it's just a thin version of cardstock, so no, it's not the same. And I don't think construction paper has a core to it either. So, no. Answer to your question, no, it is not the same thing. But what I've been doing is I brought a pack of KRAFT Cardstock. I brought 5 packs. And I know that this is sold everywhere. I do. I know this is at the dollar stores and the Poundlands and the Euro shops and everything. I know this is sold in the cheap shops. So I brought a load of packs of the KRAFT Cardstock. Now I've chucked the wrapper away, so I don't know. Bear with me. I went rummaging through the bins. So this is it. You get 15 sheets. It's 225 grams. So I would say anything over 180 grams. I don't know what that is in pounds. You'll have to Google. But yeah, anything over 180 grams should be fine for this project because you don't want it too thin. This also isn't going to be a long video. I know. Who'd have thought? JJ 3 under 30 is a catch in into my normal everyday videos. Check me out. But I've got messy hands. Messy hands can only mean one thing. We've had fun. So this is the KRAFT Cardstock in A4. I got this, I think it was from The Works or Poundland or The Range. So it's in one of them, but it's £1 a pack. So I grabbed some of that and then I cut some out, and I needed to find a solution to the KRAFT Core cardstock for the ones that can't get it. And I know you can buy Tim Holtz. You do you. If you want Tim Holtz, 100%, go and buy Tim Holtz's papers. But if you want to make a surplus stock for very cheap, I've done it for you. I've done the experimenting. So, first off, this is what I've been doing. I took some sheets of the cardstock. I'm sorry, but I got to the point where I was like, I'm not doing a full A4 sheet, so I was cutting it in half. And for some reason, this one, well, so this was done with Black Soot Distress. Now, my Black Soot is very old. Very old. 2004. So I'm surprised it still works. It does work. It still does work. So, yeah. But it just didn't spread very well because I haven't used it for ages. But I'm pretty sure if I left it turned upside down so the ink could drain to the top of the ink pad, because I don't know where my re-inker is. So when I find it, I will re-ink it. But for now, this should let all the ink drain to the top of the ink pad, and then it'll be perfect for a while again until I re-ink it. So yeah, I only got a little part of the sheet done. But I did like it. I really did like it. I thought the coverage was good. You can sort of see the cardstock colour still through it, but I did like this. So I took my punch and I punched some tabs. But first we'll go through the kind of mediums that I used. So this was the Distress Black Soot. This one was Stays On. Now this one, I thought it was going to work really well because obviously it's permanent. And the colour is really cool. Really, coverage was brilliant. But, yeah, I'll show you when we get to the tabs. It takes a lot of sanding to get down to the craft stock. This one is Versifying Clair in the Nocturne, and it covered okay. I mean, it's a new ink pad, so it should have been okay. But for some reason, yeah, it covered okay. I still like the colour. I really do. And I know that this is permanent when it's dry. So it is cool for sanding. The cover and the colour and the overall coverage, yeah, was okay. This is the Black Soot Oxide. Now, we know oxides are chalky. And when they're dry, they are chalky. Distress is also water active, so bear that in mind as well. But it just wasn't a deep enough black colour for me. But it did work. It did work. Then we have black acrylic paint. Just bog standard black acrylic paint. Nothing special. If you're in America, you can 100% use Cracker Barrel or Americana. Is it Americana? Any cheap black. I mean, cheap would probably be better. The cheaper the black paint, the better. And also, try it in the kids section, the black poster paint as well. So, yeah, try that. But this is black acrylic paint. The coverage of this, and when it's dry, it is matte. The coverage of this was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the sanding, woohoo! Yes. The only thing is it curls your paper because obviously you've made your paper wet. So you might have to put this under quite a few books to flatten it out. So now let's get on to how they turned out. So this one is this is the acrylic paint. I mean, yes, it worked. It worked beautifully. Absolutely loved it. You got the cardstock through. Very similar. Let me get a sheet of the Crayola. And let me just... Is that 2 sheets, Tone? Yeah, it's 2 sheets. Let me just cut a tab. Because then we can compare. So let me just quickly do a little bit of sanding. And where's my tissue? I nearly had another avalanche. Right, so this is the Crayola Cardstock. Let me write that on the back so I know. Crayola. And this is the, where is it? This is the black acrylic paint. There really isn't that much difference. If anything, I mean, the core to the Crayola is not that much of, I mean, this is real Cardstock colour. Can you see the difference? This one is a lot lighter of a Cardstock colour. But there's not that much difference. And now I've got a new sander on my dauber. Yeah, look. I mean, I absolutely loved the acrylic paint. I really, really did. Then we've got this one, which is the Distress Black Soot. Now, this one, I wasn't too sure about. It took an awful lot of sanding. I do like the black. I do like the black colour. It is... it seems like... You can tell this is paint. You can tell this is covered. This looks like it's part of the paper. That's the difference between the inks and the paints. But it just didn't sand very nice. I mean, that's a little bit better if you do it by hand. Yeah, that's a little bit better, to be honest. But I don't know if you can see. It went really bitty. Can you see that? It went really, really bitty, like it had got, like, you know, when paper gets wet and the fibres start sort of like bobbling over. That's what it got like. So that's the Black Soot Distress. This is the Black Soot Oxide. Now, as much as it's grey, because it's oxide, so it's oxidized as it's been dried. I did quite like it. It did do the same bit. Can you see that round there? It sort of like bobbled the paper and ripped the paper up. But I did like how it sanded. So we've got that one as well. And then this one is the Stays On. There's not a lot of sanding on it, is there? This was really hard to sand. Now, I am going to give it another go. Now, I've put a new disc on my sander and hope that it does work. Now, I know this has been done before. I know people have dyed their craft stock with paints and stuff like that. This is not my idea, but I just wanted to go over all of the different kinds of mediums, so you can pick what medium you think is best for you. That is a little bit better, but because it's a dye, so it dyed the fibers of the paper, is what it did basically. Not much of it, only like a very thin layer, but it took a lot to sand. So I mean, it did sand. Look, let me see if I can. Right, I've got a bit of foam here, so let's put it on the bit of foam. So there you go. Can you see that? So it did sand, and this is the Crayola one. So it did sand, and I actually quite like it. So if you don't mind the smell of Stays On, and don't mind using a permanent ink, Stays On is a good one, and it doesn't rip up the cardstock. Let me take these two down now. So this, again, you should be able to see it with a better background. Right, so sorry. Oh, doorbell rang. I just got my new. Heidi Swap did a free shipping, so I just got my 2 new stamp sets. This is look at the September one. Oh my goodness, pumpkin spice, yes please, love it. So I can't wait to have a play with those. So where was I? The Oxide. Yeah, it did rip up the paper, but with the new sander, it still looks cool. It still looks cool. So if you like that effect, definitely go with that. Then we have that's this. I think I showed you. Have I done those ones? Yeah. So this one is the acrylic paint. I've done the acrylic paint. I've done the acrylic paint. I've done the Distress and the Oxide. This, I think I did the Stays On as well. But look at that. It does look, this is the Crayola. It does look really cool. And then we have Versafine. Now, Versafine, yeah, it was okay. It does sand. Where's my sander gone? It does sand. Let me see now. I've got a new sanding disc. Again, like you can you see, it rips up the corners. So it makes the paper like, can you see that? I hope you can see that. Makes the paper kind of fluffy. Now, the only one that doesn't do that is the acrylic paint, and I think it was, nope, the Stays On. So the acrylic paint and the Stays On. But, so if I put this at the bottom, this, let me turn it around this way. So this is the Crayola one, just here. This is the acrylic paint. This one is the Stays On. This one is the Versafine. I do like the colour of the Versafine. This one is the Distress Black Soot, and this one is the Oxide. Now, as far as colours are concerned that are similar to the Crayola, I would say the Distress Black Soot is very similar. The acrylic paint isn't far off it, and I reckon if you just lightly sanded over the acrylic paint, it isn't that much difference. The Crayola is a little bit more pigmented, if you like. But the distress, even though it does bobble the paper a little bit, it's the most, this one, I think this is Stays On, Versafine. Versafine was very dark compared to the Crayola, but the distress, yep. And then obviously the oxide's not going to be, and then this is the Stays On. So yeah, give it a go. Then I also did this. I mean, this is with the paint, and I do like it. I'm not going to lie. I really do. It looks so, so cool. So, so cool. And again, where did I put my... There it is. If you just... Oh, it just looks so cool. It just looks so cool. I really do love it. And imagine how many colours you can do with acrylic paint. How awesome is that? With the acrylic paint, I do suggest you don't need a thick layer. Do not put a thick layer on it of paint. I also watered it down as well, just enough so that it was nice and fluid, because otherwise you're going to be sanding through a really thick layer of paint. And yeah, it's just going to wear down your distress tool. So I've got a sheet here. Where's my... I've got a bit of scrap file folder. I'm going to get a different coloured paint and we're going to have a go. So I'm going to use this one. This is my Amsterdam acrylic paint, and this is turquoise blue. So let's give this a go. I'm just going to put a little dollop in my little bowl here. Look, just a small amount. And then I'm just going to put a few sprays of water. You'll know the texture that you want. And then mix it in. So you don't want it too watery, but kind of like just a little bit thinner. And then let's just... Oh, this is bright. I wasn't expecting it to be this bright. And then just paint over the cardstock. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't dipped my... Oh, get off. Got a bristle. I haven't dipped my paint brush back into the paint. I'm just going back over and taking up excess paint that I've already got on the brush. There we go. And now I'm just going to go and dry that. And then we'll punch out a tab and see what we've got. Ta-da! Done. Right, now, like I said, it will curl up, so do put it. You can iron it if you want. There we go. Now, one of the good things about acrylic paint is when it's dry, it is considered permanent. You can wipe it, it can get wet, and it's not really going to budge. That's due to the formula that they use to make it. So that is also one of the good things about using acrylic paint. This is a cool colour. I'm wondering how this is going to sand. So let's... Now imagine, like, the world's your oyster, how many different coloured acrylic paints are out there. And KRAFT Cardstock is not expensive. Like I said, go to your Dollar Trees, your Dollar Generals, your pound shops, and grab yourself a ton of KRAFT Cardstock and just have a play, have an experiment. Look at that. Isn't that just so cool? And because it's permanent when it's done, oh, we're experimenting, people. Loads of fun, loads of fun. Right, so let's get, because obviously this is a colour. Do we want walnut stain? Do you know what is going to look amazing? A nice red. There it is. Vintage photo. A nice red for Christmas. Because red on Cardstock, oh, I just love it. Right, so you could take a little bit and just, because I'm not going to lie, this colour is a little bit bright for me. I mean, you could also mix it with white, don't forget. You can, or if you want a darker colour, mix a teeny weeny little bit of black in it as well. Let me just dry this. And then let's, just so it's, I know you're going, Toni, you've literally just put it on and now you're sanding it off. No, I'm not. Where's my tissue? Where's my tissue gone? Let's get all the paper bits off. And then we've got, look at that. So it's grunged. It looks dirty. I mean, if any, it's just like industrial. Yes. Right, I'm going to put some of my washi tape on it. And then let's fold it in half. You can literally choose any colour. You can match your projects. Now, like I said, I do know this has been done before. This is not a new thing, painting cardstock. But I just wanted to see if I could find the best medium for the KRAFT cardstock. And look at that. Isn't that a cool tab? I mean, just so cool. Just so cool. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Shall we try a red? Shall we try a red? Now, obviously, if you're going to pick a colour that's very close to the colour of the cardstock, it will show up, but not as much. Not as much. So if you went on and did a vintage photo on here, it's not going to show as much. So let me go and find another acrylic paint. Right, so I've got a couple I want to try. I'll just clean my brush. So what I'm going to do is, I've got Titan Buff, sorry. I've got Alizarin Crimson, and then this is fluid, so this is thin. I've got red light. So I thought what I'd do is I'd do strips of each, and then that would be easier, wouldn't it, to just do little sections of each colour, so that then you can see if they're going to work, and you're not wasting all your paint. Now, I'm not too sure how much this is going to work, because like I said, it is a fluid paint. I probably, oh my goodness, I'm covered in it. I probably would have been better off if I'd have shaken it. Now, this is quite a bright red, but oh, look at that. And I know I'm using, you know, Liquitex, which are the higher end. You don't have to. Like I said, you can just go and get poster paints, or the cheap Cracker Barrel. I think, is it Cracker Barrel? I don't think it is Cracker Barrel. Whatever it's called in America. The Americana, that one. and the ones you can get from Walmart as well. They would work. Right, so I'm just going to dry this and then I'll be back. So I think I'm going to do the Titan Buff next. And then I'm just going to... See, this is thick acrylic paint, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm just going to wet my brush, and I'm kind of using the paper as a palette, but I just want to see if this colour works. So I'm only going to do, we got another bristle. I'm only going to do a thin layer of this. I think I might just a little bit more, but not much, just to deepen. There we go. I mean, that it does look cool, doesn't it? Right, so I'm going to give that a dry and then I'll be back. So I've now got the crimson. So I'm just going to put... Oh, this is really dark. I'm just going to put a bit in a different tub. Oh, I think I've made it a bit too watery, but we'll give it a go. Ooh, that's a dark. But then it's crimson, Toni. What did you expect? That's kind of watered down. I'm wondering if this is still going to work. Interesting. I'm going to put a little bit more. I do like that red though, so Christmassy, very pinky. Right, so now I'm going to give this a dry and then we'll see if it sands. Right, so they're all dry. I'll just get that little bit of red paint off me. I've got my tab punch and I'm only using this for an example. There's that one. Is that going to be... This is the light red that is more like crackling campfire, I'm not going to lie. So the crimson is more like lumberjack plaid, and the fluid, what colour did I say it was? Red light. That's more like crackling campfire. So we've got our pieces. Let me get my scrap paper because paper dust is real. Let me just put my lid back on here. Oh, wow. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm going to do so much of this. Oh, my goodness. I knew the red was going to look amazing. I just knew it was. Wow. And it's permanent. Isn't that just so cool? Oh, I just love it. Right, let's do the other red, which is a very similar colour. So it might not, the craft might not show up so much. And it's fluid. So, yeah. So it might have stained a lot of the gone, like, sunk right through. So So it might take some proper sanding. Yeah, this one it's dyed the paper, so you literally can't really see. I mean, you can just down here, but then you're getting through to it's starting to rip the paper, and you're getting through to the bare bones of the cardstock where it's going to be like ripped. So that was a fail. So fluid paint, no. Now let's have a look at, oh, let me get rid of this paper dust. So this is the Titan Buff. Oh, it works. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so good to know. I was so worried about the lighter colours because I just thought it's not going to show through so much. How cool does that look? I mean, look. Just gives you that really gorgeous worn effect. So, acrylic paint, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now I want to go and try in every colour. How cool is that? I mean, look at these for Christmas colours. Are you kidding me? This one, oh, love that colour. Love, love, love that colour for Christmas. I mean, how cool is that? Aren't they gorgeous? So distressed and grungy. So I'm going to have a little tidy up and then I'll be back. Right, so I've had a tidy up, but then I was thinking, let's see if we can. Yes. So I know I'm going over my sanding, but if you put some ground espresso on first and then oh, I mean, so can you see that? Can you see the difference in that? The top has got the ground espresso on and the bottom hasn't. The bottom's just been sanded. Look at that. I hope the camera's picking it up. That is Christmas. That is Christmas crafting all day long. And you don't have to buy any special paper. You just the KRAFT cardstock. And that you can find that so cheap. So let's go over the titanium buff. Yes, I'm just loving it. Absolutely loving it. I mean, we've got some cool tabs now to use, definitely. And I think we found a solution to the Cardstock, the black Crayola Cardstock not being available in the US or wherever else you can't find it in the world. I don't know if anybody's managed to find it in Australia or New Zealand or Europe or anything. So hopefully this has solved the problem. I really hope it has. I'm absolutely loving the red. I even like the turquoise, even though it's quite dark. I really do like it. So, yeah, give it a go. I think acrylic paint and stays on and distress, not oxide, but just the distress. Oh, that's the Crayola paper. The distress in, so the acrylic paint, the distress and the stays on are my favourites. acrylic paint is easier because you can paint bigger sheets with the acrylic paint. If you did that with your StazOn, you might ruin your ink pad and it would take you forever. But yeah, acrylic paint is the way to go. Go and paint some of your craft stock. Go now, don't walk, run. So I hope this has been informative for you. I hope I've helped some of you out. I was absolutely gutted when I was getting comments saying I can't find the craft stock, because the effect is just absolutely awesome. So yeah, I really hope I've helped you out. I really do. And go and paint your craft stock. Because you'll have so much fun. The colours of the rainbow. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, absolutely. If you give this a go, don't forget to tag me in social medias. My socials are in the description box or they're at the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, because yes, I do impromptu every now and then, not very often, but every now and then, if I come across something that is like this, yeah, I will put a video out. So thank you everybody for being here. Happy crafting, happy painting. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.